calendar system. They don't have dating system. What happens is that if someone is born that time, you try to look what are the important events that takes place that time, so that whenever you want to say that this person was born, you refer back to that event. But today we say that the Holy Prophet was born in 570 AD in Amul, the year of elephant. Why is it called the year of elephant? The Holy Prophet was born in the year of elephant. It was something great that happened that becomes source of reference to the birth of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. As we all know, in Yemen there was a great Christian monk that is called Abraham. This Abraham has a very big church in Yemen. And this is big church attracts some attractions. And upon all that, that great Kaaba in Mecca, he sees it as a threat to his own church in Yemen. And that very year, because he has already built a very strong and powerful power, and he was very powerful. And he knows that nobody around that axis will be able to face him. Because it has become source of jealousy to him that why should people still be going to where? To Mecca. Then the best thing is to destroy Mecca once and for all, so that their attention will be given to where? To Yemen. For that his church. That was why he sent an emissary to Mecca. And when those he sent there are not just ordinary people, he sent people with great force to go and convey message, invite the then leader of Mecca that he wants to see him. Then when they arrived there, they inquired who is the head of Mecca at that particular time. And luckily enough, it was the grandfather of who? Of Prophet Muhammad, Abdul Muttalib. They told him that it was Abdul Muttalib that is the head. For them to show their power that they are ready to do away with anybody that crossed their line. Before they entered even Mecca, they destroyed a lot of things. And when they were going, they took more than 200 cows or sheep that belonged to who? Abdul Muttalib. And he said that their leader in Yemen wanted to see him. Then Abdul Muttalib prepared, he said, okay, I will come. When he went there, the Abraham sat him down. And the way Abdul Muttalib was humbled, because he was very aggressive, thinking that Abdul Muttalib is going to be a very radical. When Abdul Muttalib came, he mellowed himself down. The way he saw him, then he has no alternative than to leave his own chair and come down and sit down with Abdul Muttalib. He said, you sent to me. He said, yes, I sent to you. What is the message? He told him what he wants. That he doesn't want anybody to be going to Mecca, and that Mecca should be closed. He wants everybody to be coming to where? Yemen. Abdul Talib said, okay. Do you have anything to say? He was thinking that Abdul Talib will start begging that please leave Mecca, this is a historical place. Abdul Talib didn't beg. He said, okay, what I want is that you came, when you said your people came, I heard what you said. When you sent your people to come here, they took most of our animals, and 200 of it belongs to me. Can I have my animals back? The Abraham was surprised. He said, we were talking of Kaaba, and we are talking of who? Your cows. The most important thing to us is that Kaaba. He said, no. Why I will not discuss issue of Kaaba with you? Because Abu Talib discovered that at that particular time, no force can face that force of Abraham. He said, that Masjid al-Haram is for Allah, and he is very sure that Allah will protect his house. Therefore, he doesn't have anything to say. He said, is that what you say? He said, yes. Then he ordered his people to return his 200 cow animals for him. Then Abu Talib went. And when Abu Talib arrived Mecca, he summoned his people. He said, this is what this man says, and we know we don't have the power to face them for now. And they will be coming in the next time. People should, please, we don't want to lose any blood. People should go and seek for refuge outskirts of the town and see what will happen. Then Abu Talib, that time they arranged to come and attack where? Attack Masjid al-Haram. Because Abu Talib seriously have believed that Almighty Allah will protect what? His house. Hence, they don't have what it takes to face Abraham. In that case, then when they enter Mecca, they were preparing to go and attack Kaaba. Then Almighty Allah, that was the reason why Surah Al-Fil was revealed, to tell the Holy Prophet what happened to them. Allah said, Alam tara kayfa fa'ala rabbuka bi ashabil fil. Don't you see how Almighty Allah has dealt with who? The companions of elephant. This is not in the hand of anybody. Alam yaj'al kaydahum fi tadlil. Don't we make their plot to go in vain? Alam yaj'al kaydahum fi tadlil wa arsalna alayhim tayran wa arsala alayhim tayran. Then we sent them birds in flocks. These birds were sent to them, and it petted them with stones. And most of them were killed, were destroyed, and they went back. Those who remained went back home with humiliation to go and convey the message to who? To the person who sent them, that this is what the hands of Almighty Allah is with Kaaba. Because of this great event that happened that very year, that was leading, and that was the year the Holy Prophet was born. That was the reason the year was referred to as year of what? Fil. Amul Fil, year of elephant. Because as I said earlier, there was no official calendar system before the Prophet was born. These were before the Prophet was born. After the Prophet was born, many things happened. As we all know, the Holy Prophet Muhammad, after it is culture of Arab that when a child is born, is sent outside the town, and the child will be given to another woman to breastfeed for some time before he or she is returned to the original mother. When Prophet was born, first of all, it went through a lady before it goes through Halimat Sa'diyah. And the Prophet spent about 5 years with Halimat Sa'diyah before he was returned to his mother. And as we all know, again, there are many researchers asking, why should this Arab culture, why is it like that when they have new baby? They themselves, they don't breastfeed the baby, and they send that baby, especially the Holy Prophet was sent outside Mecca. There are many researchers, they make research, some say no, there are reasons behind this. Somebody, personality like the Holy Prophet, the environment then was not favorable. Allah does not want the Holy Prophet to grow up in such a way that what he will first start seeing is to start seeing people circumambulating, Kaaba naked. This they are called what they do then. You see people naked, circumambulating around Kaaba. All this, Almighty Allah, again, another some of the researchers says no. When you send, one of the reasons why most of the Arabs send their children outside this outskirts of the town for breastfeeding is that they want them to have independent thinking. They should, because what they see there is new. Therefore, they should come out with having independent thinking in their head. These are some of the what researchers says. So you all know when the Holy Prophet, before the Holy Prophet was born, his father was what? Died, passed away. And when he was given back to his mother at the age of 5 years, the mother was happy to see his own son. Then she arranged with some people to go to Medina, where the father died, to arrange to go and do ziyarah with the Holy Prophet. When they went, according to history, on their way coming back, the mother also died. And Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was passed to who? Abu Muttalib. Abu Muttalib, the grandfather, took great care of this great Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Either after 2 years he passed away, and before he passed away, he was here and he said, "I am going. Abu Talib, which is the father of Imam Ali, please, I'm handling this child onto your hand. Take good care of him. Protect him from any kind of evil. Don't allow anything to touch him." He gave him as an amana. The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was in the hand of Abu Talib. And Abu Talib, you know, usually an Arab, they do go on commercial activities to Syria, Damascus. We once said it here. One time he was going on these commercial activities. He was going with the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Going with him, they met a monk, Christian monk. When they saw him, he saw them coming. The man was astonished in what he's seen and all that they don't see. Then he went quietly and talked to Abu Talib, the father of Imam Ali. He said, "Please, I want to have a word with you." He said, "What is that?" He said, "Please, I want to invite you for dinner tomorrow." Abu Talib said, "No problem." He said, "But on one condition." He said, "What is that condition?" "On condition that if you are coming, you come with the boy I saw you with yesterday." Abu Talib said, "No problem, I'm coming with him." On getting there, the next day, arranged for dinner. Before he started talking, the man wanted to test what he has seen, if what he's seen is exactly what they are told by their previous what? Prophet. He started with Allah. He said, "I start with Allah Al-Huda." Muhammad was not a prophet then. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, "Stop there. I hate hearing those words. Don't mention Allah Al-Huda in my front." The man kept silence. He said, "Okay, I so much love you. I want to give you what? Sadaqah. Reasonable amount of money." The Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam told him, "No, our lineage does not take what? Sadaqah." As we all know, it's against the lineage of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to take sadaqah. It is min awsakhin nas. Therefore, they are honored by Almighty Allah not to take sadaqah. That is why provision of homes is specially made for them. Then the man now confirmed it. He said, "Okay, let me make one request more." The Prophet said, "What is that request?" He was still a small boy. Abu Talib was just stand hearing their conversation. He said, "Please, I want to see something." He said, "What is that?" He said, "Please, can you just draw your shirt? I want to see your navel." He drew up his chest small. He saw a sign written there. He said, "Okay, all what I am looking for, I've gotten it. This is a promise. This is the promise who? One that we have been told in our Torah and Injil that he will be coming and he will be the last prophet." So then he faced, the man came down, he faced Abu Talib. He said, "Yeah, Abu Talib." He said, "Yes." He said, "Please, I want to beg for one thing." He said, "What is that?" He said, "If you don't know this boy, please take care of him very well. Don't allow any evil thing to touch him." He said, "I know him." Abu Talib told him, "I know him. And all protection will be taken to protect him." Then he asked the man, "How do you know him?" how do you know this boy? Why? What do you see in him? He said, yesterday, when you are coming with him, I saw that everything that this small boy passed, they were all being sujood for him, bowing for him. He said, then from there I know there's something special in this boy that I don't know. That is why I decided to invite you with him. Then, that case, all this happened before he was commissioned as a prophet.